So, this is me and a friend's Minecraft realm. I have no idea what's gonna become of it because it's quite died down in the recent times because of everybody having commitments, which is completely fine with me. But I thought I'd just make some videos about it to keep a memory of it in case it dies and the world is lost forever. So, hopefully, if I decide to continue doing projects here, I can keep video logs or whatever, just for some reminiscent if the server disappears. So right here we have is the starter house. I actually wasn't here for this, but this seems like a pretty nice starter house. It looks pretty good. Doesn't look like there's any music or anything. Got a nice bunk bed and everything. But we're gonna be heading over to the little totem pole over here, tent, and see what we gather from this. This was made by one of my closest friends, and I think he did a pretty bang up job of it. Looks very nice, not very secure, but I don't really think you make a little tent like this secure at all. But yeah, that's basically almost everything from the starter town before everybody decided to split off and go in their own directions. We do have command blocks set up because nobody's figured out how to get the nether portals working yet. I don't think anybody's tried the divide by 8, or people have, but it hasn't worked for them, so maybe something in the future, but it's not priority, I guess, because we have those set up. It's a little nice hobbit hole that was made before I came here as well. And I guess we're going to be taking a quick tour of everybody else's houses. So this, I believe, is Evan's, which is very nice, I must say. I have no idea what's going to become of his nether portal, but it looks like it's in progress and it's going to be looking quite nice. We do have a ice highway over here to get to his house quicker, but no boats, sadly. But we do have a really nice lighthouse that's in progress as well. Storage room, a nice beach front. Looks like it's been going pretty well. And the Obama map art that I made, inspired by SMP Live. This, I believe, is his main residence and whatnot. He has a really, really nice pathway that leads up, complemented by all the vegetation that he's put in. And he has a fantastic looking library. Like, all of this just for the enchantment table, and I believe this was an attempt to make a stained glass window of a enchantment table as well, which looks pretty extraordinary as well. We're going to head up to the top, which is all but work in progress. Quite high up, actually, 150. You can see his statue perfectly from up here, his tree farm, everything. And his mushrooms, they look really buggy up here. So let's go down. Oh, well, that failed. But that's mostly everything from Evans Island. So we're going to go head over to Brianna's and Anissa's next to go see what their bases have been, what they look like and what their state is currently in. And we'll meet you there. Completely, absolutely missed out on this guy. This is also part of Evan's little house that he has going on here. Pretty work in progress as well. I would love to see what this becomes into, but what it looks like now, I have no idea, but it does look very nice. He's always had a fantastic keen eye for details and color palettes and everything, which I've never really been able to master myself. But I'd really like to see what becomes of this in the future. Now on to Anissa's. Alright, here we are. This is Nissa's house. It's quite unlit, but that's quite okay for the point we're at. But another thing I should quickly mention about the rules of the server, or the game rules as well, is that we do have keep inventory on because much of our players are quite new at the game, and we do have mob griefing off because it is just an absolute hassle to deal with, and most of us are really keen builders, so we do not want to deal with that. And the last and final thing is we have a rule of we must fight bosses together as a collective, because we do not want to miss out or do something without other people involved who might be doing it for the first time. So this is Nissa's house as well, like I stated before. She has a fantastic little dojo looking thing up here where I gave her her Obama map as well. But I believe she did this all by eye off a picture on the internet, which is even more fantastic, and as the land transforms around the build, I'm pretty sure it's going to look even more fantastic. And it's already starting to take shape and look pretty nice. So next we're going to go hop on over to Brianna's Island. I'll meet you there. Alright, we're at Brianna's house now. Just like the rest, this is quite untouched for quite some time, but that's quite okay because everybody's in some pretty prestigious and hard to deal with schools, so I absolutely don't blame them if their lives are very packed full and busy. But this is the armor that I gifted her, which is basically completely enchanted gear, just like the ones I'm wearing and everybody else is wearing. There's her Obama map as well. A really, really, really nice looking oven, stove, and all of her utilities right here, and all of her storage, and a very, very nice underwater floor aquarium complete with fish as well, which I didn't even notice before. But oh, there's puffer fish down there as well. But the use of quartz and everything in here is quite fantastic as well. I do like how much dedication and time went into this build because it looks fantastic. And we have a nice little overlooking balcony. Nothing nothing quite yet to overlook, but that's okay. And that is the majority of Brianna's house as well. I'm quite a fan of it. I do like its design. It's really taking shape, and I think it'll look great, just like the other three. So we are going to be heading to the Nether next, where we have not much going on, but I do have a personal project that I have been working on that I would like to share to you guys. So let's go there right now. Alright, here we are in the Nether with that loud transitioning noise, but we're just going to be heading over here to where some of our Nether fortresses are to get to where the project is. I think I'm going to turn down the hostile creatures just a bit, just so the gasps aren't so loud. So over here, which we'll be approaching soon, is the first Nether fortress, which is a little bit of a shame because it wasn't in the best optimal position I was looking for, but we stuck with one that was actually not too far over in this direction as well. So just in a second we will be over there. And the neat thing about this fortress is that it's actually really close to another fortress as well. Like one of the walkways actually goes in and connects to another fully fledged fortress, which is pretty neat. Didn't expect to ever see something like that. 3 fortresses within like at least 1,000 blocks. But over here we have a fortress that is in pretty rough shape. It's in a huge demolition project right now where I am absolutely tearing the thing apart. absolutely just demolishing it because I'm hoping to... I'm just going to put my shield on quick. But right here, I'm looking to, in every direction, go 128 blocks and completely decimate any block in that area because I would like to reduce the spawn rates. As you can see over here, I've been bed bombing the entire area to get rid of spawns. But I'm basically going after I believe it's Ilmango's or Nembom's design of the super fast wither skeleton farm, which gives you upwards of like I think it's 100 or 200 skulls a minute, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm hoping that sometime in the future, maybe a couple months down the line, this thing would be complete and fully functional, and we have a fully working beacon farm, which would be nice. But for right now, it's in pretty rough shape. And we're going to be heading off to my house for the final tour. Alright, so we are on our way to grab my horse, and we will be heading on foot over there, as I believe it'll be a nice, more cinematic experience. Oh, there's my lead. I forgot where I left it. Alright. I guess let's, as we're going, let's pull out Obama and just enjoy the view as we approach my house. It's going to be a little bit of a walk, but that's completely okay. So, the one thing I'm going to have to mention quickly, because I know this might be bad news for the server owner, my good friend Evan. I don't know if he's going to enjoy this or not, but because the server has been like losing traction and slowing down quite a bit, I thought because I seem to be the only person on and I would like to complete my project faster, I had actually gone ahead and killed a wither so I could gain a beacon to complete my main project faster. So I am really sorry about that, but it is in my eyes completely inconsequential, and I think it'll help me dig out this entire area much faster and help me get on track much quicker. So again, I'm very sorry, but I thought it would have been at least a smart idea to do that, to shave off a couple months of this project. So my home itself is quite self-explanatory. There's absolutely not much going on. I do have a lot of resurrected villagers, which is very useful because they are broken beyond belief. And I have my beacon base and the quarry I've been digging. And I hope to dig this all around the center cylinder that I've created. And as time goes on, I hope to create some sort of floating island looking thing and create some fake terrain that goes down to the middle. So it's a really big work in progress. Hopefully it'll be done in a month or so, and we'll see where that goes. And I may as well show the basement. Oh, that didn't work. This is very unreliable. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so this is my basement. I'm getting very close to finishing it. I just need a little bit more lapis to finish this guy off. And I think I need some carpets. Yeah, I need some carpets for these guys because I haven't finished blocking the light sources out yet. But it's absolutely useless. There's no function to this at all, which I find absolutely hilarious, but I do think it looks nice, and it is quite entertaining. So we're going to be heading all the way up to the roof now, which is the little center hub I have for the dome. I don't currently have any plans for up here, but it is completely mob-proofed. Nothing will ever spawn up here, hopefully. It is a very nice area, and I think there's a lot of potential for this, but I just don't have any concrete ideas what to do with it right now. So one thing I thought, which would be neat to show actually, would be if oh, let's do it with this guy. So let's send him all the way up. It's not a lot of not a lot of effort that went into this actually. It was really hard though to figure out how to make it as small and compact and work with the idea of using barrels to send a quick pulse to start the thing. So I have a chain of observers up here that basically, if you just open and close it really quickly, it sends my flying machine right back down. So in case you miss your flight or whatever, you can call it right back down. And this works for both ways, so you don't get stuck and you have to figure out a way to get yourself out of it, which I'm quite happy with as well. I thought it was a pretty neat idea. So over here, I kind of forgot or neglected to mention, but I do have what would hopefully be my villager trading hall in the future, as you can see by the massive stone villager head peeking out of the wall. But as we head up the hill, we're going to greet my completely broken villager breeding center, and that is mostly due to the fact that these guys don't do anything when given food because mob griefing is turned off. They just don't suck up the food at all. I believe this is going to be fixed in 1.15. I have absolutely no idea, but it kind of sucks for now, but I guess it'll be figured out later. Got some trading materials, so hopefully in the future this will work, but as of right now it's absolutely broken and it sucks. But over here I'm hoping to have a little opening bunker that just digs down into a big room of trading halls, where I'm going to move all my villagers from over there into here, because when everything's all said and done, I want my entire floor over there to be completely empty. I don't want any chests or crafting tables or anything. I just want the elevators, and that's about it. I want to move all this stuff out of the way, but I don't have a concrete set in stone home actually, which is a little bizarre seeing this place because this looks like quite the home. But as we finish off, I guess a fitting way to end the tour would be to head over to Obama itself. So I'll meet you there. Alright, we are on our way and we are quickly approaching the Obama map. So when we get there, I forgot to bring some building blocks with me, which is really silly, but we can get a on-foot representation of it. It's not going to be as great as overhead, but I suppose it will suffice for now. So this is the entire Obama map. It is quite the large project, but it actually turned out quite well, and I am quite happy with it. It is absolutely hilarious, and I think it was well worth my time to invest in it, even though it serves no purpose at all. But if anybody is interested, I actually do have the material list for this beast, so you can just look through this guy and see how much it actually took to make it. It is quite a bit, but surprisingly, because of my hoarding needs and what I do, I generally had almost everything already, so it wasn't that much of a grind to actually go out and get all that material, which was quite the time saver, as it only took about 10 hours to completely build the entire guy, and resource gathering was quite cut down. The only thing that took it some massive time were these guys. These guys sucked. Took over about maybe 1,000 vines to finish those guys off, and I still even missed a few after everything was done. So that is generally everything, or at least what I believe to be the entire server up to this point. I have no idea what's left for it, or if anybody will come back and do anything during the breaks, or if anybody as of right now, this is the state of the server. I just thought I would video log it just in case it ever goes down anytime soon, because I've had a very horrible addiction to losing all my worlds. And I've never really been able to save any of the grand things or grand plans I've been working on or saving, so I thought I'd at least save one of them. So yeah, if I do make any progress or decide to further update any builds or anything, I will most likely post another video, talk about it, or I will show the building process and everything that went behind it. But as for right now, that's the state of things. I hope you enjoyed for whoever's watching, and maybe there'll be a next one in some time in the near future. Well, thanks.